up, you guys? It's Graham here. So if you haven't noticed, we have an exciting new trend going around here on YouTube, and this is so perfect for me, I swear. It's called What I Spend in a Week. It's where people go and document their normal, everyday lives and add up where all of their money goes and how they spend it. Most of it makes me cringe, and some of it is inspiring, but I would be lying if I said it hasn't become like this guilty pleasure of mine to go and watch these videos just so I could silently judge and critique them from behind a computer screen, and also I am incredibly nosy. Anyway, this particular trend is especially interesting to me, not only because this is a finance channel, but because I built my entire career on the philosophy of living below your means, avoiding unnecessary expenditures, and then obviously just not going to Starbucks. So I'm pretty much obligated now to join in here and contribute to the trend and share with you guys exactly how much I spend in a week as a 29-year-old living here in the very expensive city of Los Angeles, California. And in the event the YouTube algorithm has pushed this video and you're brand new here, what's up, guys? I hope you stick around. I post 3 videos a week on personal finance, investing, saving money, and also smashing the like button if you have not done that already. So if that sounds good to you, make sure to subscribe and join the Graham family. Get it? Because my last name is Stefan, family. Anyway, let's get into how much money I spend in a week. Here we go. So let's begin this video first thing Monday morning. And what do we do on Mondays? Well, we eat breakfast. Now when it comes to that, I'm a creature of habit. I love routine, and I love doing the exact same things over and over and over again until the end of time. And that includes what I eat for breakfast. I'll go to Ralph's grocery store and pick up 18 of these bad boys for $3.79. I'll also get a package of this sliced turkey for $2.99, which lasts me about 14 days. I then get this cheese from Trader Joe's for the bargain price of only $3.99, which lasts me about 21 days. And finally, we've got 6 generic brand bagels for $1.99 and a large spread of generic cream cheese for $3.89. And then we put it all together. Every single morning, I'll make myself 2 eggs, 2 slices of ham, topped off with a pinch of cheese, which I pair with a bagel and cream cheese. And the total cost for this entire breakfast comes to a delightful $1.02. After that, I top it off with a cup of homemade iced coffee, of which the total comes to about 20 cents between the cost of beans, filters, and cream. For basically the same stuff that Starbucks is going to be charging you for $5. So why not just make it at home instead and save the money? Now for the rest of Monday, I really didn't end up spending a lot of money. I worked from home in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I decided to get out of the house for a little bit and go to my office so I can get some real estate work done. Now in terms of actually getting to my office, it doesn't cost much money. I have a Tesla, so the cost of electricity works out to be $1 per day because of how little I drive, and since I always charge the car during off-peak electrical hours, typically between 1 and 6 a.m. in the morning. But when I do go anywhere, I just use the Tesla superchargers for free. As of now, I have almost 115,000 free supercharging miles left on the car because of all the referrals that I got from the viral Tesla video. So usually I'll charge up my car anytime I pass by a supercharger, and then I will try to use that charge as long as I can, so I won't be plugging in my car when I get home. Anyway, while I was at the office getting work done, I made myself an espresso coffee, and then for dinner, I had a Healthy Choice frozen meal, which is $2.79 from Ralph's. Now let me be very clear, but this day I was recovering from a stomach bug and I did not have that much of an appetite. Normally I eat way more than this, but this is the first day where I started feeling a little bit back to myself, so my appetite was just slowly starting to return. Anyway, when all is said and done, on Monday I ended up spending $1.22 on breakfast, $1 in electricity getting to and from my office, and then I spent an additional $2.79 on dinner. Which brings us to a grand total of $5.01 I spent on Monday. Not too shabby. So now on Tuesday, I had my usual breakfast and coffee for the price of $1.22. I got some early work done from home until about 11 a.m. and then after that, I drove to meet up with a wellness and meditation coach who's helping me learn how to relax a little bit more. I just started doing this recently and it's $250, but I figured I would just give myself a month to try this out, give it a shot, and then see where it goes. I do see this as money well spent and an investment in myself that should end up helping me out way more long term. Of course, I always gotta get there early to find free parking, and of course I did. If at all possible, I try to avoid spending money in parking meters, that way I have more money left over to invest with. So afterwards, I went back home to get some filming done for this channel, and for lunch, I enjoyed one of these delightful Trader Joe's frozen beef tamales, where you could buy 2 of these for $2.50, so this little snack was $1.25. Then that night, I decided to go out to dinner with my dad, and when we dine, we go all out. We make it super fancy. We go to TGI Fridays. No joke, I actually really do like like TGI Fridays. Haters gonna hate, but I think it's pretty decent food. Now, since I was still recovering from being mildly sick, I didn't have a huge appetite, and neither did he, so we ended up splitting some nachos. He got a Sprite, and I paid the bill since it was my treat. So the grand total of that dinner was $23 for two with tax and tip. That means that in total for that Tuesday, I spent a whopping $275.74, but $250 of that was kind of like a one-time charge, but again, we're still counting that. Now, of course, it's Wednesday, and I had the usual breakfast that cost me $1.22. After that, I met with an architect and a contractor to go over some remodeling plans that's going to be happening next month. One of my units is soon to be vacant, so I'm planning to remodel the property to increase its value and then bring it up to date. So that day, I wrote them a check for $7,000 as a deposit for the work that will be starting in a few weeks from now. Now, I'm not sure if I should be including this as an expense since technically it's a business expense, and the money I spend on this should yield a much higher return when the unit is re-rented out, but technically, since I spent money, I will be mentioning it here because this is how much I spent in a week, regardless of where it's spent or what it's for. So there you go, spent $7,000 on that. Now, usually on this day, I'll drive up to have dinner with my girlfriend and her family, and they live about an hour away. So usually what I'll end up doing is just free Tesla supercharging on the way back, and that way it's enough to last me a few days afterwards. Her family that night was cooking dinner, and the week prior, I bought and brought over some rosé wine, and tonight they were making pasta. Now, obviously, I didn't get any B-roll of this, so you're just gonna have to take my word that this actually happened, because it would be so weird to me to sit at the dinner table with her entire family, going and trying to film like B-roll of the food and people for a video on how much I spend in a week. That would just be weird. But anyway, dinner was great. And if everything wasn't great enough already, there were even some leftovers that I got to take home to eat the next day for lunch. So that means in total for Wednesday, the entire amount of money I spent was $7,001.22, but $7,000 of that was for a home remodeling project. So really, I kind of only spent $1.22, but again, we're counting the full thing. And yeah, so a little bit over $7,000 that day. Now, Thursday was a very hectic day. I woke up about 7 o'clock in the morning, and CNBC Make It had notified me that they're going to be posting their video, the Millennial Money video on me, at 9 o'clock in the morning. So I was all frazzled in the morning, panicking, like, what is it a good video? I hope that everyone likes it. And then also at 9 o'clock in the morning, I had 4 calls scheduled for my second channel, The Graham Stephan Show. So because I had to prepare for all of that, and I was so anxious about the video that was about to be posted, I skipped breakfast and I just had coffee instead. So after filming all of the calls for the second channel, I went and had lunch, which was leftover pasta and garlic bread that my girlfriend's family made the night before. After that, the rest of the day, I really just worked from home, and I thought I was doing pretty good on spending, until a last-minute plan came up to have a double date with a good friend of mine, meet Kevin. Now, on the drive over to meet up with everyone, I noticed that the Millennial Money video all of a sudden was on the trending page, so I had to do something really special to celebrate that. Wouldn't you know it, we got some sushi and Mai Tais. The restaurant also accidentally brought us out the wrong sushi roll, which they just ended up giving to us for free, which is pretty cool, but all in all, with tax and tip for my girlfriend and I, it was $63 for that dinner. Then, as usual, on the drive back, I stopped by the Tesla supercharger to charge my car all the way back up again, and that means in total on that Thursday I spent $63.20 for the cup of iced coffee earlier that day. Then on Friday, I started the day off around 8 a.m. with a classic 20-cent iced coffee. Afterwards, I had the rest of the leftover pasta from Wednesday for breakfast, and don't judge me, I'm allowed to eat leftovers if I so choose. Afterwards, I just worked from home and got several of my reaction videos edited for the second channel, and then I got this video filmed up until this point. That's the best secret to frugality, by the way, is just work so much that you don't have any time to spend any money. But then for lunch, I had the other $1.25 Trader Joe's beef tamale, and then I started editing all the filming for this video up until this point right now. Now, since I worked from home nonstop all day, I just grabbed another one of those $2.79 Healthy Choice frozen meals as a quick snack. And then I continued working until about 9 p.m. that night. Afterwards, my girlfriend and I decided to go out to this place in Los Angeles called Milk, and they have insanely good desserts. My girlfriend decided to treat that night, and we split a cookies and cream ice cream bar, so yeah, that was free. That means in total for the Friday, I spent a whopping $4.24. Not too shabby. Alright, so Saturday was quite the doozy. For breakfast, I got myself a bagel, cream cheese, and 20-cent iced coffee, which in total comes to 55 cents worth of food. Afterwards, my girlfriend and I filmed her reaction to my Millennial Money episode, which, by the way, is already live on my second channel, The Graham Stephan Show. Link down below in the description if you want to check that out. It was pretty good. Afterwards, I spent a few hours editing that video in the afternoon, but then at night, things got a little crazy. We decided to do something really special and drive down to Mastro's Steakhouse in Malibu. Now, this is not something we do often. It's not a typical Saturday night by any means. But every now and then, it's nice to try something out of the ordinary, go down to the beach, and do something a little bit different. And yeah, like this place is insanely nice. Like they have $14 asparagus. I could do my own reaction video just on this menu alone because it's mind-blowing. But I digress. For dinner, we got fried calamari, a 16-ounce steak, crusted halibut, and garlic mashed potatoes. And yeah, it turned out to be $205.82 with tax and tip. But hey, you know what? For the right occasions, it's nice to treat yourself. It's nice to do something out of the ordinary and switch it up between Trader Joe's beef tamales and Healthy Choice frozen meals. That means, though, on Saturday, I spent $206.37 in total. But remember, pretty much all of it is from a one-time extravagance that really isn't done very often, but you know what? Still, it's there. That's how much I spent that day. And then we got Sunday, and I got really good news for everyone on Sunday. There was leftovers from Mastro's, and of course that's what I had for breakfast. It also means I didn't need to spend any money that morning on breakfast besides the cost of my 20-cent iced coffee. Afterwards, we went to check out some real estate for sale, and for those who have been following this channel for a little while know I'm trying to buy another property here in the mid-city area of Los Angeles. So I'm just constantly looking for the right place to come up and seeing as much inventory on the market as possible. Afterwards, my girlfriend bought some groceries and decided to make tacos for dinner, so we ate that while the cat Ramsey just enviously watched. Then after that, I got a little bit more work done, watched a bit of The Office, and it hit me afterwards. That day, I didn't spend any money whatsoever besides the cost of my 20-cent iced coffee. That was it. Achievement unlocked. So that means in total throughout the entire week with absolutely everything I mentioned, I spent a grand total of $7,555.51, which sounds absolutely ridiculous when I hear myself saying that. But let me clarify things so I feel a little bit better about myself, because remember, $7,000 of that was a deposit towards a home remodeling project on one of my rental properties. Then $250 of that was for the meditation coach, and that is not something I do every single week and is not meant to be a recurring charge. And then finally, the $205.82 is certainly a rare extravagance at Mastro's that does not happen very often. So if we just exclude those one-time unusual charges, my personal spending is really more like $99.69 for the week. That to me is much more typical of a normal week than going and spending $200 on a Saturday night at Mastro's. However though, let's be real, because that's still not the entire picture and my personal spending does not stop there. Because sure, on the surface, I have my normal personal expenses, but what about everything else? What about my mortgage payment, my health insurance, my car payment, and my smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm payment? Basically, here's how much my life really costs. Now first we got housing. Now I bought this property and it's a duplex, so it has 2 units. I live in one of the units that I'm filming in now, and then I rent out the other unit. My total mortgage payment works out to be $95 a day. My property taxes are $17.83 per day, and my homeowner's insurance is $4.50 a day. Meaning that this place cost me $119 a day to own. Now thankfully, like I said, it does have 2 units, which means that I can rent out the other unit, and I am just about to re-rent the other unit for $2,700 a month. That brings my total out-of-pocket cost to live here at $29 a day. However, by me actually making the mortgage payment every single month, I am paying down the loan balance by an additional $33 a day. Meaning that once you actually count home equity, it's like I'm getting paid $4 every single day just to get to live here and make videos in my garage. So next we got the car payment. Now when I bought the car, I financed 100% of it, and my payment works out to be $632 a month. That works out to be $21 a day or $147 a week. Thankfully, because I have such a low interest rate on that loan, only $119 a month of that payment goes towards interest, and the rest is in principal of the car, so thankfully it makes it a little bit easier knowing that most of that payment is just paying down the loan. But for purposes of this video, let's call this an extra $147 $147 a week for my car payment. Then we got utilities. Now on average, I pay about $110 a month between electricity and water, which works out to be $3.60 a day. I'll then spend another $15 a month on gas, which is used to heat up the water and also light the stove, so that works out to be an additional 50 cents a day. I then spent $80 a month on high-speed internet with Spectrum, which works out to be $2.66 a day. And finally, $85 a month for my phone bill, which works out to be $2.88 a day. That means I spend on average of $67.15 in a given week throughout my utilities. And it keeps going because I have other recurring expenses that just get billed at random times throughout the month. First, we got my health insurance plan. That is $215 a month, which works out to be $7.16 a day, or otherwise $50.12 a week. Then we also got car insurance at $125 a month, which works out to be $4.16 a day, or $29.12 per week. And then we got my gym membership at $220 a month. I get it, it's expensive, I pay for convenience because it's literally right next door to my office. But that comes at a cost of $7.33 a day, which works out to be $51.31 per week. And lastly, how could I forget Amazon Prime membership for $13 a month, which means this week that cost me $3.25. So now in this category, it cost me $133.56 per week. And then we got my personal travel credit cards with annual fees on them. One, the American Express Platinum at $550 a year, which works out to be $10.57 per week. So the $550 a year I spend on that card usually ends up giving me back thousands of dollars in free travel and rewards. Then we have my Chase Sapphire Reserve at $450 a year, or $8.65 per week. Now that cost is a little deceiving because that includes a $300 travel credit that you get every single year, plus Priority Pass lounge access that's worth another $95 a year. And lastly, we have the infamous $10 million credit card, the JP Morgan Reserve, which is another $450 a year, or $8.65 per week. Now this one is pretty much identical to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I get the same $300 travel credit, I get the same Priority Pass lounge access worth $95, and in addition to that, I get United Club access. So the annual fee essentially pays for itself, but again, we're going to be counting this as an expense just for purposes of this video. So that leaves us in total with $27.87 per week in credit card annual fees. So when you go and add all of that up, it comes to a total of $375.58 this week between all of the behind-the-scenes spending you don't really get to see in addition to everything else I've just mentioned. However, if you were to add up everything I've spent money on this week, including a home renovation and other non-recurring expenses, then yes, I did end up spending $7,931.09 this week. But if you subtract the renovation, the non-recurring meditation coach, and also the one-time extravagance going to Mastro's, my actual normal weekly expenses is more like $475.27 for everything I mentioned, everything recurring behind the scenes, and everything I typically spend money on. And that is more in line with what I normally spend in a week as a 29-year-old living here in Los Angeles, California. So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, if you guys enjoy videos like this, make sure to destroy the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Also, feel free to add me on Instagram. I post here pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to be a part of it there. Also, feel free to add yourself to my second channel, The Graham Stephan Show. I post there every single day. I'm not posting here, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add yourself to that. And lastly, if you guys want 2 free stocks, WeBull is holding a promotion where if you deposit $100 on their platform, they will give you 2 free stocks. One of those stocks is valued up to $1,000. So if you want to take advantage of that, just use the link down below in the description and get yourself 2 free stocks. You may as well. So anyway, with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time.